Hello and welcome back to the channel. I've got another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video for you here. This time from the other perspective. I've done 2 videos so far playing as victim, and now it's time to take a look at the other side of it, which is the family, so the killer side, right? Now clearly I'm playing Leatherface here, and I'm going to go through a couple of other characters before the end of the video here. We're going to take a look at some matches and just kind of, I'll provide some commentary, kind of tell you what I'm getting up to, but obviously here I am on the hunt already. You've got me chasing somebody playing as Julie, and I've hit Julie a couple of times here. You'll notice it says blood collected, and now she's gotten over a vault that I have to saw to get through. I can't just get over it myself. And now, oh, look at that. Julie led me to her teammate Leland, who, that was a little buggy there, but Leland used his ultimate ability against me, which is the shoulder charge. If I was playing any other character, he would have knocked me on the ground. I'd be laid out for a second, but Leatherface is like 350 pounds and 6'3" or something like that, so Leland can't knock him down. He can only stun him. But yeah, you see me running around here after the victims. Looks like Connie is trying to get away from me. I've hit her a couple of times. Now, I don't know if Connie knows this, but I can look down the hall and I can still see her. I saw her crouch. And so she's probably really, really hurt, and I was just hoping if she stays still I won't see her. But nope, I saw you, girl, so that's going to be it for Connie here. And that was rough. So now Grandpa is awake, because there's a couple ways for Grandpa to wake up. You either execute somebody in the basement, or the victims make enough noise, or the victims just unlock a door leading out of the basement. Those are the 3 things that can happen to wake up Grandpa. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, there's a 4th way. Somebody upstairs on the killer team could have collected enough blood to feed Grandpa, and that'll wake him up. So 4 different ways Grandpa can wake up. And the reason that Grandpa matters is Grandpa will periodically put out like a sonar. He'll scream, and basically during that scream, if any of the victims are moving, they'll get highlighted. So their position is given away, right? And that's why I kind of called it the sonar. So it's in the best interest of the killer team to continue feeding Grandpa blood. So I had a full blood vial, which is why Grandpa was highlighted for me, meaning I couldn't collect any more blood. So I had to prioritize making that quick stop to go see Grandpa and dump my blood, and now I'm back to 0. You'll see that blood count over on the right side of the screen. So now I'm going to run around and destroy obstacles, because when you're playing as Leatherface, your main job is to remove the barriers like that the other characters can't remove themselves, and basically just terrorize everybody, right? You run around, that saw is really loud, and they'll hear you coming, and you know, might rethink what they're trying to do, or they'll think, oh no, I gotta hide quick, right? It's just pressure when you're playing Leatherface, and that's what the basement section is. Before I got up here, it's all about just trying to slow the victim team down. They might have plans, and it's not going to go so good for Anna here. Anna's going to want to run, and she can't because I'm catching up to her. Oh, and I've stalled my chainsaw. Yep, I did the overhead, which basically you rev up the chainsaw almost to the max, and then you can do an overhead swipe. And sometimes, depending on how much you've revved it, that swipe is going to stall your chainsaw. But it can be worth it, even if you stall. Like if you land a good hit, it might be the one that finishes the victim. So. But anyway, I missed there. Anna went down the well, got away from me. So yeah, back to my job here. When you're in the basement, and clearly you saw me just destroy a shortcut that can't be fixed or used again. But when you're in the basement, it's all about just trying to slow them down and keep them from opening a door. The trade-off there is obviously I killed somebody, so the door opened quicker. And, well, the door didn't open quicker, it's just that Grandpa woke up quicker, right? So that kind of puts pressure on the victim team to hurry up and unlock a door and get out of there. But it also means that when they do that, because Grandpa's already awake, I will not be notified when they open that door for the first time. So kind of, you know, a little bit of a trade-off there. What's more important? Do you want to make the kill, or do you want to, you know, maybe delay that and just kind of keep them busy? Personally, I always go for the kill when I can get it, because trying to take out 3 survivors and stop them from getting away is better than 4. So yeah, back to it here. I'm on my patrol now. I'm just going to keep checking these doors on this map to make sure that they're all locked, right? Because the moment you see that one is just available to be opened, that tells you that the lock was picked. So I'll keep checking. It's like, okay, unlock and open. That means that one's not picked yet. We'll go over to this one. Unlock and open. Still not picked, right? So, you know, whatever shortcuts I can wreck, whatever barricades I can take out, I'm going to do that. But it's not really Leatherface's job to collect blood here, per se. You certainly can, and you can spec him out to collect blood, I guess, if you want to, so that he'll harvest more every time you, like, visit a blood bucket or get a swipe on somebody. But in my humble opinion, Leatherface's job is to be the primary nuisance to all of the players, the primary terrorizer, while the other family members, there goes Leland with his damn ultimate again, got me and then got out of here. The other family members, oh yeah, I see you in the bushes. Yeah, here it goes. Yeah, she's going to make her way to the well, I think, this time. And notice the blood trail that she's leaving. Oh, no, this is the time I cut her off. Yeah, she's not getting away this time. Not getting away. She made a critical error. I took the shortcut and cut her off on her way to the well, and that's it for Anna this time. Terrible way to go. You know, on a side note here, I will say this. The violence in the game did not sit well with me at first. When I first tried this out, it really left a bad taste in my mouth just because of the violence. And I think it's because when I saw the original 1974 movie, which this game is based off of, that movie disturbed me. You know, I didn't know what to expect when I sat down and watched it, and then when I did see it, it was like, oh my god, this is mental. This movie is just insane. It really stuck with me. And you know, this game, when I first started playing it, there's a lot of victim players who didn't know what they were doing, and you would just have these scenes of, you know, Hitchhiker or Johnny, you know, basically stabbing women, because there's more women in the game than there are men on the victim side. And I just was like, man, I mean, it's rough. Just watching women get stabbed. That's messed up, you know. I don't think this game is for me. I don't know what happened, because at some point it stopped bothering me, I guess. I started to see the game a little bit more as like a game, and a little bit more as like fun and kind of cartoony. I think it's less cartoony than like Friday the 13th, but I got more comfortable with it, and now I'm at the point where, you know, I haven't made videos on my YouTube channel since 2019, and here I am making these just not even to reach a wide audience, but just so my friends can see what the game is like and maybe get talked into trying it out, right? So anyway, total side tangent there. Hopefully you found that interesting. I'll get back into the play-by-play here. So now I'm trying to offload the blood to Grandpa. Again, you know, not trying to make a point of collecting blood when you're Leatherface. That's for the other teammates. I was going to say that before I ran up on Anna. The other teammates are like support players. Big time, right? Hitchhiker has foot snare traps that he lays on the ground. And, you know, he's quick. He can shoot through gaps and crawl through spaces and things like that. But he's not as powerful. And he's meant to be the one that can, like, kind of scoot all over the map and collect blood. Sissy's the same way. Cook, also a pretty good blood collector. Cook is... We'll get to him. I'll play him in a little while. But really, all these other characters, in my opinion, they play support roles to help out Leatherface here, who is, like, your main killer. So, knowing that, you know, I'm running around and I'm not trying to do these side jobs, not trying to collect blood, not trying to, you know, guard a specific spot so much as just be everywhere all the time, you know, as much as I can be. so that, you know, when something like this happens, when Grandpa picks up somebody and highlights them, I can be there quick enough to, you know, score a hit on Leland, which I did just now. I did the thrust maneuver as he was trying to scoot through there. And there you go, I think Leland took the well, and I just missed it. I couldn't see where he went exactly. I tried to look in the bushes for him there, but he wasn't actually there. I think he might actually be the last character in the game here. I'm not sure. I kind of forgot where the scoreboard's at here, but yeah, I'm just looking around. I don't think it dawned on me during the game that he was down the well. And there you go. You can see him highlighted. Grandpa's roaring, and he is getting out. He just went through the basement exit. So anyway, I hope that helped you get a sense of what playing Leatherface is about. Now we're going to take a look at Sissy. And Sissy's an interesting character. She's fast. I think she's the fastest killer in the game. She can shoot through gaps. She can crawl through spaces. She has poison, which is cool. And there you see me trying to hit Connie with it, but I was a little late to the party on that. Connie gets out into the basement here, and I'm going to chase after her because Sissy's one of the, you know, her and Hitchhiker are like the two characters that can actually close the gap on a victim here in the basement and just keep the pressure applied, right? Keep on their heels. It's really hard to get away from a good Sissy player when they want to try and keep after you. So you can see I blew poison dust through that gap there, and I actually managed to get Connie with it, which highlights Connie for me. But then I saw as Connie was highlighted there, she latched the door that she went through. So now I've broken off the chase, and I'm just going to go ahead and collect some blood while I'm down here. I'll go kind of in the direction that I thought Connie was in, but I'm not really going to super prioritize chasing after her because, I mean, she could have gone a few different directions at this point. So I think I'm probably going to break off and head back upstairs soon here. Maybe collect some more blood. But yeah, Sissy's whole thing is, you know, just when they think that they've taken enough turns and juked enough times to get away, they can look over their shoulder and see that sometimes Sissy's still right there behind them. And that's pretty terrifying on the victim side, honestly. Sissy also has, in her poison repertoire, she can actually go up to items that people need to pick up, and she can poison them. So the coolest one, in my opinion, is the health bottles that the victims can pick up. When they're injured and they need to heal their wounds, they can pick up a bottle of health and, oh, it's been poisoned by Sissy and it really hurt me, and that's it. That's game over, right? If they're really, really hurting. The other thing that she can do is the valve that they need to like kind of steal so they can go activate the steam gate to escape through that. She can poison that so that the moment they go grab that, they get hit with the dust cloud, and you know it highlights their position and it ticks away their blood. So that's super helpful. And same thing with the fuse. You can poison that as well. So in this game, we're down to the final victim. I know that my two teammates are kind of over by the generator exit, so I want to go patrol the car battery exit. I'm worried about that. I kind of think they might be over there. And you can see that's the valve next to me there that I mentioned that I could poison, so that if they were to remove that. But I'm actually out of poison. You can see next to the blood counter that I've got these 3 empty slots. And there's me checking the poison workstation, and there were no materials left to make more poison. So I'm going to have to go without my my poison dust projectile and just rely on the blade and my speed here. Now, I noticed that door I just looked at, that was locked still, so now I'm just trying to stay quiet and a little low and see if maybe, yeah, that one's locked too. I'm going to see if maybe I can't just see them running around out here or back here in this building, because if my other two teammates are covering the other side of the map, I want to scour this one and make sure. And oh, there she is, right? I just saw her head as she went running by, and I think she's going to probably go for that one door I checked on first, so I'm going to be looking through the cracks here. I'm going to crouch down so I'm nice and low and slow, and I just saw her head pop out again. Not sure if she saw me, but yeah, now she knows where I am. So we get into a grapple here, and I'm going to lose the grapple, spoiler alert. It's based on your strength and how quickly you can tap the X button. Your strength stats, I should say. And as I was trying to recover from the lost grapple, Connie got away. She could have gone down any one of those little ramps or gone all the way around the corner. I'm not sure. So I chose to just go ahead and harvest that blood while I'm there, because that's kind of one of the things you want to do when you're playing Sissy. You want to make sure that you're harvesting blood to feed Grandpa, because, like I said before, Leatherface really shouldn't be doing it, right? So now I'm going to come out here, and I know Connie eventually wants to make her way out here because my other two teammates are over on the other side, and I'm kind of thinking, you know, maybe I'll just wait out here for her, because Sissy can crouch down, and she's one of the only characters that can do that. Maybe what I'll do is hide out here in the tall weeds, and if I'm really lucky, Connie's going to come out here, and she won't see me. She'll, like, get on that little step over there, kind of survey the area, not see me crouched over here in the weeds, and she'll think, oh, I can go disarm that car battery. Spoiler alert, that's not actually what happens. To fast forward down the video, my teammates get her on the other side of the map because she did, in fact, give up on the car battery. I guess I gave her enough of a challenge here that she didn't want to continue to pursue it. So that's it for my look here at Sissy. Say goodbye to Sissy. We're going to switch over to Cook now. Now, Cook is an interesting dude because he's got 3 padlocks that he can put on any door or any gate to make them basically require 2 lockpicks to get through, right? There's the normal lock that would be engaged on an important door, and then you put your padlock on top of it, and boom, now you need both lockpicks that somebody might have on them. So especially useful against Connie. And, you know, while Connie could be carrying 2 lockpicks and she could get through 2 doors, it's going to take her twice as long, and she can only use her ultimate on one of the locks. So that's nice. You know, Cook is a really good counter to a Connie player. And you'll see me. We're on the family's house map, so I'm going to the front doors here, and I'm putting my padlocks down, and I'm collecting blood along the way because Cook is one of those characters that is definitely responsible for feeding Grandpa. I think when you're playing Cook, obviously you're not a very effective chaser because you're very slow. You can't shoot through gaps. You can't crawl through spaces. But what you can do is you can get in some licks for a little bit of time, you know, as long as you're close. And then you can break off chase and focus on things like, you know, the support things, right? You kick down the little crawl space things. Leatherface can destroy them with his saw, but Cook can basically kick at them until the little metal panel slides down. And turn on the lights, you know, that you find around the place, and that's about it, really. Cook is kind of like the patrol character. His other ability, and I honestly don't remember if I utilize it here in this video. I hope I do, so that I can talk about it for a second. But his other ability is Listen. So what Listen does is, no matter what floor they're on, if a character is moving, running around, and you're within a range that you can increase by leveling up Cook and putting points into his skill tree, you can hear where the players are, and it'll put an outline around them, so you know exactly like where they are and what they're doing for a little bit. And as you continue to level that up, eventually at its max level, it'll highlight that character that you hear for all of the family members. So at first it's just you who can see them, but then if you keep at it and keep leveling it, then it's almost comparable to an extra Grandpa sonar, right? It's that same kind of thing. And I'm just flushing the toilet for fun there, I think, for funsies, because it's there to flush. And I'm running around and I'm still collecting blood. And now you see I've maxed out my blood collection. I'm at 100, so I know it's time to go dump it off on Grandpa so that he can get up a level, and then I can continue doing my thing, doing my patrols, watching those important doors, and collecting blood for Grandpa. Alright, so the old man got a drink. We're finally up to level 1, which is good. 1 and now will result in periodic sonar activation. When he wakes up, you get 1 free one, as characters, you know, either die or unlock the basement door. You do get the 1 free one, and then he stops until you get him to level 1. And then at level 1, I think he does it about every, gosh, I don't know, every couple of minutes maybe. And you see me here grappling with Connie, and Connie is winning the grapple. It's kicking the nuts and runs off. Turns off the light. I don't know that Connie realizes that she's highlighted for me, or I think she must see that I can hear her. But yeah, she's going to hightail it the other direction. I'm going to chase her for a little bit here, but yeah, she slipped through that crack, I think. And now it's just, you know, it's just back to the patrols. I'm going to, oh, here we go. Good. I'm doing the listen. So I'm honing in, and there you go. I found somebody. That's not Connie, though, because they're in the basement. I know Connie's up on the same floor as me, or at least she was a second ago. So I think what I'm going to do now is head back to the back door. I should head to the back door. We'll see if... I just watched this. Oh, yeah, I'm collecting more blood, but I haven't looked at that back door in a little while. I should probably get back there and check the padlock on it. I'm checking the ladder to the basement there. And yeah, here we go. Here's the back door. Okay, padlock is still on it, so that's good. There's more blood to collect, so I'm going to do that. And I'll just keep running around. And I know that I need 100 blood to get Grandpa up to the next level. And neither of the other two people are feeding him. I'm the only one who's fed him so far. And, oh, Leland jumped out the window. Yeah, that's the other thing that I don't think I talked about that or did that in the other two videos. I forget if I did or not. But, yeah, I want to lock the door so we can't just run back inside. Oh, and there we go. Hitchhiker was out here. Actually, we got lucky. Hitchhiker was out there ready for Leland. But victims can jump out the window, and it doesn't cost any items. It just costs health. There's a recovery time. You jump out one of the windows. There's one upstairs, and then there's that one right there, that front window. And if you're full health and you're Leland, you'll jump out the window and you'll get right up and you can run again. And that's pretty cool. But if you're really hurt, you'll have a little recovery meter that needs to fill while your character kind of like slowly gets up off the ground. And you're super vulnerable there, right? Because if any of the killers can get out there quick enough, it's game over for you, right? So, as it was for him earlier, right? Because Hitchhiker was right there. And, oh, look at that. I can see Connie. I'm trying to hit Connie. Connie got caught in one of Hitchhiker's snares. I've squeezed out the door. I'm going to hit her a couple more times. But she's a pretty tough Connie, actually. For a glass cannon character, the person playing her here is really able to tank some hits here. That she's going to just mess around and kind of like try to kite me around the yard here. Try to juke and turn, and I don't know what she thinks she's doing. She thinks she's going to get away from me here. I am going to get close enough for a hit, I think. Yeah, there we go. I missed it, though. I missed it because there was no blood collected. So, yeah, and I ran out of stamina as the old man. And I missed her again there. So, yeah, Connie got away from me. Good job, Connie. And I can see Hitchhiker round in the corner there of the house, so I know he's still out here. He's going to run down that alley. I think Leatherface... Oh, yeah, there's Leatherface. He's out front here, so that tells me nobody's in the house. So I'm going to hustle back in there. I'm going to unlock the door, go through it, lock it back up again, and back to patrols, right? We've got this door. Oh, and what do you know? Another survivor just got out the door. We got Julie out here, so... okay, now Julie's on the move. She chooses not to go down the well. It seems like she maybe doesn't know that I'm right behind her. I think she's looking for the generator, hoping she might kick it off. Nope, it's actually further down the road, back where Hitchhiker went earlier. And look who's down at the end of the driveway ready to find her. It is Leatherface, and that's going to be it for poor Julie. So... now I notice that there's this little crawl space over here. I'm going to quickly go shut this down before I head back inside. And that's what I'm talking about. That's Cook getting those things closed. Survivors can reopen those. Unlike when Leatherface does that with his saw, then those are like shut for good. Now we'll run back in here and, you know, try to close that door. I mean, it's unlocked. It's not like it's going to stop anybody anymore, but it's just nice to... feel like a closed door feels like, you know, maybe nobody's gone through it. Right? So back to collecting blood here again, and Grandpa's still only at level 1. You know, we've gone through a lot of this game. It's been a busy game. There's been a lot of survivors running around. And, yeah, you see Bubba there just fed Grandpa. So I'm going to hold off a little bit. And I'm going to try and collect more and get my collection vial maxed out again before I go feed him. That way he can get a whole level when he goes up. And, oh, look at that. Hitchhiker's doing it now too. So, okay. I'm going to watch the meter a little bit. Collect some more. It doesn't look like I'm at my... Oh, I am at my max again. Yep. And Hitchhiker just got Grandpa up to level 3. So I know when he's done roaring, I can feed him again, and that'll get him up to level 4. So we'll be rolling pretty good with these Grandpa sonar screams here. Takes a minute for him to cool down from those screams. But yeah, there we go. We got a full vial going in. We're going to be a little bit over level 4 now, which is nice. I won't have to collect quite as much to get him up to level 5. And I'm scanning around right now because he's doing the yell, so I'm kind of looking around. Do I see anybody? Is anybody getting highlighted? The answer is no. One of my teammates left that door open and unlocked, which is very careless of them. You want to always make sure that, especially the doors with Cook's padlocks on them, you got to make sure those stay closed and locked, man. You can go through them, of course, but just lock them when you're on the other side, right? So I'm looking around, and if you're wondering about this open door here, that there's no door on that entryway, and that just leads out to a fenced area out back. And sometimes there's a well back there, sometimes, I mean, there's always a shed back there too, with a ladder going down to the basement, but I'm just not worried about that area, so that's why you don't see me going back there. And I'm going to continue on my rounds collecting blood here. Let's see, that window's not been broken yet, so nobody's jumped through it. I'm just kind of scanning around. I think I'm looking for blood to collect at this point still. Yeah, this one's recharged. It's ready to go, so I'm going to harvest that. And I probably need to find just like one more, and then I can go feed Grandpa, and he'll be at max level. And I've noticed we've still not seen or heard from that last survivor who's running around here. Both of the fuses are in place in that room with Grandpa. Actually, there's a wall, and oddly enough, the fuse spawned on each side of the wall this time. Usually they're in different rooms. And then the fuse box, I think, is outside, usually. But I don't use that very much as a victim. And let's see, now I'm hoping I've got enough to feed Grandpa and get him to his max. I think I'm like one short here, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, I need to get like one more bucket and then he'll be maxed out finally. There's Leatherface. So yeah, we saw a little noise indicator downstairs. And again, him not locking the door after he comes through it. And here we go. Here's my final blood bucket. So now I know, oh great, I can run back to Grandpa, get him fed, we'll be at max level. And then there's nowhere for the victims to hide. It doesn't matter if they're not moving when Grandpa's at level 5. They're going to get seen either way. So now I'm looking around. He's doing his yell. Where are they? Oh, they're downstairs. Oh, they're running up. That's them coming upstairs from the basement. Oh, and here she is squeezing through the walls, and I'm going to hit her. And, oh, she got me in a grapple. But here comes Bubba with the save. Oh, ending badly for Connie. Alright, so that was your look at 3 of the killers. We got Leatherface covered. We had Connie covered. Or not Connie. Connie went down. Leatherface, Sissy was the second one. Sissy, who's actually my favorite one to play. And Cook, wrapping things up here at the end. So that is it for this one. Thanks for sticking around and watching, and hopefully this was interesting enough to kind of get you a little enticed. It's on Game Pass if you have that on Xbox. You know, definitely take advantage of that. Check it out. Give it a whirl. And otherwise, it's 40 on PlayStation Network or on PC. As of right now, when I'm doing this, PC players are quarantined away from console players. because of cheaters. The cheating has been pretty rampant on PC. A lot of mods and things like that too that have really impacted the play of the game. So they're trying to tamp down on that, and in the meantime, us console kids are having all the fun. So that's where that is. Also, PS4 players cannot play with PS5 players, and Xbox One players cannot play with Xbox Series players. Just so you know. I don't know, exactly why that is. I think my loose understanding of it is just that because those machines have different builds of the game running on them, and the hard drives are a little bit slower, so I think that impacts things. That's my, like I said, very loose understanding of that whole situation. So anyway, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks. Hopefully I will see you all out there. And hopefully I will get some good matches that are worth recording here that I'll put back up on the channel here, because I'm just having such a great time with this. So it's one of those games you just want to share with everybody. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Take care. See you next time.